What if I told you that most people today are living in quiet defeat? Not because they lack talent, but because they lack the mental strength to face life head-on. We scroll endlessly, compare ourselves to strangers, envy what we don't have, and wonder why we feel stuck, weak, or lost. We chase comfort yet feel exhausted. We avoid pain yet suffer daily. Comfort is killing us slowly, while struggle, though brutal, holds the seed of real power. The ancient Stoics understood this long before smartphones, social media, or motivational sound bites. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That's not just a quote. That's a battle-tested weapon, a way to remain unshaken in chaos. Stoicism doesn't make life easy. It makes you unstoppable. This passage expands on 10 raw, unfiltered Stoic principles that will strip away illusions, force you to confront reality, and build a mindset that cannot be broken. Each section below will delve deeply into practical applications, examples, and reflective exercises to stretch your understanding and commitment. By the end, this will be more than an essay. It will be a manual for mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude. 1. Embrace discomfort like a friend. Human beings are wired to avoid pain. Evolution has trained us to seek comfort. But growth, real growth, never comes from the cozy corner. The Stoics taught that the path to resilience is through controlled exposure to discomfort. Every rejection, delay, challenge, or inconvenient truth is an opportunity to shape your character. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Life will always throw obstacles. The question is whether you run or rise. Imagine fasting for a day, sitting in silence, enduring physical strain, or confronting a difficult conversation. These acts, minor as they may seem, are like small weights at the gym of the soul, building muscles of will, patience, and endurance. Consider historical figures who embraced discomfort not as punishment, but as preparation. Their resilience was not accidental. Your morning cold shower, your choice to face a challenge rather than avoid it, is training your mind to navigate storms. Remember, the world outside is chaotic and indifferent. But if you welcome discomfort as a companion rather than an enemy, life's chaos will no longer paralyze you. 2. Stop being owned by your emotions. Emotions are a double-edged sword. They are signals, not mandates. Allowing anger, fear, jealousy, or despair to dictate your actions is slavery. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Power comes from the ability to observe, assess, and respond with intention. When someone insults you, or when a plan falls apart, your response defines you, not the event itself. Practical exercises. Start by pausing before responding. Label your emotions: anger, fear, disappointment. Question their source and necessity. Recognize that feeling does not obligate action. Through consistent practice, you reclaim sovereignty over your inner state. Emotional mastery is not repression, it's discernment. Over time, you'll notice calm in chaos, clarity in confusion, and freedom where others feel trapped. 3. Stop expecting fairness. Life owes you nothing. You may work harder than anyone else and still face setbacks. You may act with integrity and encounter betrayal. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Stoicism teaches radical responsibility. Your peace and growth cannot depend on external fairness. Expect nothing. Build strength, skill, and resilience within. Exercises include journaling moments when life felt unfair and analyzing what you controlled versus what you didn't. By focusing on your own agency, you eliminate wasted energy, turning frustration into strategy, anger into discipline, and complaint into mastery. 4. Focus on what you can control. Most suffering originates from fixating on what is beyond your control. Other people's behavior, societal shifts, market outcomes. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Control your thoughts, your choices, your actions, and your responses. Release the rest. Example: you cannot control traffic, but you can control your reaction to it. Patience versus rage. You cannot ensure recognition at work, but you can control effort and integrity. This focus consolidates your energy, builds confidence, and protects mental peace. Exercises. Daily reflection on controllable versus uncontrollable elements. Deliberate action only within your sphere of influence. Meditation on detachment from outcomes. Gradually, your mind becomes a fortress against distraction and chaos. 5. Practice voluntary hardship. Voluntary hardship is preemptive resilience. It is the deliberate choice to experience minor discomforts, thereby preparing for unavoidable challenges. Is this the condition I feared? Examples include fasting, enduring cold, physical exertion, abstaining from indulgence, or solitary reflection. Each practice strengthens willpower and sharpens mental agility. By routinely stepping outside your comfort zone, you train the mind to tolerate uncertainty, boredom, and adversity. This builds confidence, focus, and a capacity to remain unflappable. In a modern context, consider limiting digital distractions, taking cold showers, or embracing difficult conversations. Every controlled challenge you endure compounds into an unbreakable foundation of strength. Is detached from outcomes, results are uncertain, effort is certain. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things beyond our control. The Stoic approach. Fall in love with the process, not the result. Writing, training, learning, building these actions are under your control. Their fruits are not. Example: an athlete trains consistently, not just to win medals but to master skill. A writer creates daily, not merely for validation, but to refine thought. By detaching from outcomes, you reduce anxiety, increase focus, and experience the intrinsic value of effort itself. Exercises. Engage in an activity purely for its practice. Track effort rather than results. Celebrate growth and mastery, independent of external reward. 7. Remember death and live urgently. Time is finite. Most people squander it on trivialities, waiting for later. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Awareness of mortality, memento mori, is not grim, it's liberating. It sharpens priorities, clarifies purpose, and ignites action. Exercise. Daily reflection on the impermanence of life. Write down tasks postponed due to fear or comfort. Take one immediate step toward each. Prioritize meaningful work, deep relationships, and courage over ease. Life's brevity becomes motivation, and urgency becomes action. 8. Seek virtue, not approval. Society pushes for praise, recognition, and likes. Stoicism elevates virtue over popularity. Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter. Integrity, truthfulness, discipline, and justice define character, not applause. Practical application. Commit to honesty even when it's inconvenient. Uphold principles without expectation of reward. Make choices that align with your values regardless of external opinion. Over time, inner alignment creates self-respect, authority, and influence that cannot be undermined by fickle approval. 9. Master the art of restraint. Excess erodes strength, restraint builds it. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Self-restraint in consumption, emotion, and action preserves energy and clarity. It cultivates dignity, focus, and control. Exercises. Limit indulgences, practice moderation, and refrain from reactive behavior. Develop patience and delayed gratification. Over months, restraint becomes instinctive, yielding composure and resilience in high-pressure scenarios. 10. Turn adversity into advantage. Obstacles are inevitable. The obstacle is the way. Failure, loss, and rejection are raw material for growth. Every difficulty teaches resilience, humility, and strategy. Instead of lamenting setbacks, dissect them, extract lessons, and apply them. Adversity becomes a training ground for mental fortitude. Exercise. After each setback, journal lessons learned, actions to improve, and adjustments for future scenarios. This transforms negative experiences into constructive momentum. Final note: this is not mere motivation. It is survival training for the mind, body, and spirit. Life will betray, disappoint, and challenge you. Every discomfort, unfair blow, and chaotic moment is shaping your character if you let it. Stoicism promises unshakable strength, clarity, and purpose. You don't need applause or recognition. You need mastery over yourself. When cultivated, your inner fortitude becomes rare, resilient, and unstoppable. Begin today. Train your mind, face discomfort, act with virtue, and convert adversity into advantage. True strength lies within, waiting for you to claim it.